Do you guys remember all the way back in the Cataclysm when people ventured into Vashj'ir, discovered a mysterious pearl, and relentlessly tried to swim towards it despite dying because they believed that it was some sort of link to the old gods, key to Yogg-Saron's puzzle box, and Ny'alotha? Do you guys remember when the old gods were wrapped in mystery and shrouded in illusion, admired with awe and fear? Pepperidge Farms and Crucial remembers, and Ny'alotha is finally here. The sleeping city of terrible, old, unnumbered, reused assets. Crimes. And boy, do I gotta say, I am highly disappointed. You thought you got rid of me, didn't you? You thought your old pal Crucial was dead and gone, but no. Here I am. But only for this video though, because I still got some school stuff to do if I want to graduate and finally be an adult. But that does not mean that I can't come back and make a video every now and then. And this time, this video is about Ny'alotha.
You are already dead.
Ever since falling in love with both Warcraft and WoW, I remembered there were 3 factions that I was extensively interested and drawn towards. The Scourge, the Legion, and most fascinating of all, the Old Gods. Their motives were insidious, their means unknown, and their power unlimited. I always fanboyed at the little tidbits and teases Blizzard always gave us, like the Old Gods summoning an Outland, the backstory of the Stag Helms during the War of the Shifting Sands, and Yogg's puzzle box. Here is a collective of beings so sadistic and manipulative that physical wars are held second to mental warfare.
Insolent welfare! You desecrate that which you were bred to serve!
Angry, are we? And after I tried so hard to impress you with my dagger handiwork.
Whoa, wait a minute. I thought old gods were supposed to be collective, cunning, and shrewd. I thought they were the ones who attacked your psyche, dissolved your resolve, and waged a war on the mind. N'alotha might have just stepped on a Lego or something.
The god of nothing.
Okay, N'alotha. This is just starting to look unprofessional now. This is who was whispering to Deathwing to drive him mad? This is who brought down Notharian, the Earth Warder, and turned him into Deathwing? Dude sounding like a 12-year-old kid raging that his mom won't give him their debit card to buy the Fortnite Travis Scott skin. Alright, stop. Calm yourself. Ny'alotha is proclaimed to be a bastion of dark power, where only mad things walk. So let's take a look around at what devious creatures we might see. Oh. It's just reused models from Stormsong Valley and playable race models dressed in raid tier gear. What happened to the passion that used to be at the root of Blizzard's core gameplay? Ulduar was an eye-opening experience, amazing architectural design, outright just a beautiful and unforgettable raid, meaningful contributions to the lore, innovative raid fights, and a crafty old god that supplemented Cthulhu's guile. Ny'alotha isn't even a zone, it is confined only to an instance, and it looks so unimaginative and plain Jane that it looks like Ragnaros himself has risen for the 3rd time and has commanded the Dark Iron to build this raid. Seriously, if this patch wasn't called Visions of N'alotha, I could have mistaken this place for something in Blackrock Mountain in vanilla. 14 years ago, we were graced with the opening gates of Ahn'Qiraj, Cthulhu's bastion that emanated a thematic of grotesque atrocities that we felt was our duty to cleanse from Azeroth. The music was chilling to the core, Cthulhu itself still remains the most unsettling old god, and the backstory of it and its armies remind us of why we were there fighting it, to prevent it and its horde from conquering the nearby lands like Cthulhu managed to do during the War of the Shifting Sands, where Fandral Staghelm's own son was massacred by General Jax. The only thing that will be memorable about Ny'alotha 10 years from now is, hey, do you remember when you passed 100 on Ra-Den? Oh yeah, Infinite Stars did like 40% of my damage. I missed that. Truly, the only maddening thing in Ny'alotha is how often the Lurking Schemers band drops in trash. So yes, Ny'alotha, thank you for making me rich again after I stupidly spent over 1 million gold on WoW tokens so that I could convert it into Battle.net currency to buy Heroes of the Storm skins. Wow, maybe Ny'alotha is a capable old god because truly, only an insane person would ever do something like that. But what is a rant video without you, the players, adding your insight? You guys have more than heard my criticisms. Now it's time for me to hear yours. That is why I must go to the only place where I can obtain any insight of substance. Looking for group chat. Hey, y'all like Ny'alotha? No. Okay, one down. Y'all like Ny'alotha? No. Alright, that's 2 down. Let's get one more to complete our little survey. Y'all think Ny'alotha is good? The worst kind of dogs are the hot dog dogs. They need longer legs, they look so funny when they run. I used to know a hot dog dog. I hated that dog. Okay, dude, I thought you said you were leaving. Go away already. Can you leave? For some reason, when we was kids, we let our dogs fight a little like Mike Vick. They didn't really fight though. Okay, as usual, I think this is good enough for us to end on. I don't think us asking and looking for group chat anymore is gonna benefit anyone here. Instead, I shall ask my good Latin American friend from Nemesis, Theo, what he thinks of Ny'alotha. Dude is like a walking encyclopedia for WoW, so his insight will most definitely prove constructive. Hey Theo, do you like Ny'alotha?
Kinda. Why?
No, I was just wondering how you feel about like the place as a whole. Raid, story.
Some of the boss fights are nice. The environment's meh. Trash are annoying. How Ny'alotha dies is pretty dumb. Doesn't feel like Ny'alotha. It's just like Odin painted purple.
You said it doesn't feel like Ny'alotha because it's painted purple.
It feels like Odin painted purple. Is it?
Oh, Oldham painted purple.
Yeah. A bunch of pyramids and ziggurats.
How about some of the bosses though? I know like, are you kind of into like Ny'alotha or how he looks, his model?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Oh.
I'm not into fucking tentacle monsters.
I thought you know, you of all people are kind of like into... You sure? Sure you're not into?
Yes, I am sure.
Well, I mean, Raden's tentacles though. Like, it's kind of a different story, right? You kind of into...
For fuck's sake, Justin.
Alright, okay. I'll try again later. Unfortunately, my friend Theo wasn't in the most talkative of moods, so we couldn't really get everything out of him, but he was right about one thing. Vale and Oldham are exactly what he just said. It is extremely lazy because it's the exact same zones that existed prior to Visions of Ny'alotha with absolutely nothing new. It is a reskin of previously existing zones, which is fine in theory, but the problem is that there was nothing new in the patch to supplement it. Ny'alotha didn't really live up to its expectations, because in addition to it being solely confined to an instance, there wasn't really any hype building around it in this particular patch, except for being involved in the Cloak questline, but that was more directed towards the Visions of Ny'alotha itself. Ny'alotha was kind of indirectly involved and only became hugely connected with the questline when Ny'alotha attacked the Chamber of Heart and Raden got taken and became the boss that we see him as in Ny'alotha. What they should have done is what they did with the Isle of Thunder in Mists of Pandaria, where there was a storyline that progressed the narrative and that was implemented in stages. For example, Stage 1, building our base. Stage 2, breaking down the Mogu and Zandalari walls and unlocking new quests. Then after that, taking the Forge and further expanding upon our foothold upon the Isle of Thunder. And then finally making our way to the foot of Lei Shen, which was the doorstep to the Throne of Thunder. With this system, not only were we provided a zone outside of the raid, but we also felt that there was substance and build up to the raid. We didn't just storm into the Throne of Thunder. There was actually a quest line that was involved on the Isle of Thunder that built up to the final climax, which is us taking down Lei Shen and sieging the Throne of Thunder. Not just a pre-existing zone, washed over with purple paint, and then a random entrance in the open for no reason. Speaking of other memorable raids, Icecrown Citadel, Siege of Orgrimmar on Taurus. Want to know what these things had in common? a sense of urgency, unity to fight a common enemy, so much so that renowned characters aided us in breaching the seemingly impenetrable Serenite halls of Icecrown, storming the true horde-infested beaches, and sieging our way into the seat of power of the Legion on the planet of Argus itself. Where is everyone in Ny'alotha? Anduin and the Horde leaders grinding echoes for gushing wounds coming out this Friday, or what? Do people just not care about the Black Empire, or is this patch so much of a joke to where they entrust this task solely to us? Only Rathian is here. No Titan Keepers, soldiers, or other notable main or secondary WoW characters. No one is here. Even after Rathian made it apparent to Anduin the threat of Ny'alotha, even after Anduin hallucinates himself in the cutscene, no one from the Alliance or the Horde is here to aid us. Now you can make two arguments. One, they don't have the cloak, nor did they carry the blood of the Black Dragonflight, so they would be even more susceptible to madness. Alright, but madness isn't even incorporated into any of the fights until you get to Carapace. Surely even then, they could aid us in establishing outposts and checkpoints like in Siege of Orgrimmar or on Taurus. Also, Rathian has shown that he has the capabilities of restoring sanity, like in the Carapace fight. Should sanity be an issue, he could just simply restore it. He does it for like 30 of us, and all we gotta do is pay 15 bucks a month. I'm sure he can also do it for any other actual notable lore character. Also, speaking of corruption, is it even that bad? I mean, Ny'alotha is giving us corrupted gear to help kill himself. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. The dude's literally giving us the tools to off himself. This is literally Ny'alotha. As for the second argument, Rathian also states that physical armies cannot defeat Ny'alotha. Well, I mean, they kind of can. All they have to do is walk into a portal that big boy Zoth dropped for us, and then they can start attacking stuff. That's pretty much what we did. Also, anyone find it a bit odd how in Icecrown Citadel, we had to siege through hordes of undead in Icecrown to aid the crusade in breaching the gates? In Siege of Orgrimmar, we needed an entire fleet of ships, and on Taurus, we had a whole campaign sieging Argus to reach the Burning Throne, but for Ny'alotha, the portal is just open with like one mob standing next to it and sometimes possibly a random executioner? This is not a club with like one bouncer that's posted outside, Zoth. Get your act together. What is this? When it comes to Ny'alotha and all of its past hyped up grandeur, we've been duped. We've been had.
We've been Speckledorfed.
Ny'alotha was actually just butchered harder than the last season of Game of Thrones. There's no chaos for a sleeping city, and besides the Mind Gate on the Zoth, there is no mechanic that resembles being put to sleep, which is what's supposed to happen in the sleeping city. The architecture is plain, unimaginative, literally nothing chaotic that resembles a stronghold of where mad things walk. The last boss room inside of Siege of Borealis looks more nightmarish than the entirety of Ny'alotha itself. I mean, we go from having people observe strange fairy rituals in Tirisfal, and then speculate it to be either linked to an old god, the Nightmare, or the Void, and then having Blizzard eventually build off of that and actually link it to the Titan Keeper Tyr's tomb and the Cathraxi General Zakaj, to us now having the Zoth keyboard rage because he hasn't gotten a Vita drop after his 20th Raden kill. In 10 years, the only thing that will be memorable about Ny'alotha is your guildies or pugs cheering that people didn't mess up the soccer mechanic on Zanish. All the complexities, all of the buildup of lore, wasted, watered down, reduced to us just storming into Ny'alotha, cleaving enemies without a care, and watching a horrible, horrible cinematic that tries to appeal to our love for Return of the King and some weird Dragon Ball crap, I don't even know. Ny'alotha, unfortunately, has a forgettable, dead, desolate atmosphere surrounding it, much like my channel before this video, because it just simply does not have any passion at the root of all of it. Alright, rant over. Anyone trying to min-max IO with me? Thanks everyone for watching. It was really fun to get back into the groove of things. I hope all of you are doing great and especially remain strong during these trying times. I'll try to make more videos in the future, but because of other obligations, I can't exactly pinpoint when new videos might be put out. If you want to keep up with all things Crucial, including future videos, go ahead and follow me on Twitter where you can see my stupid memes, random tweets, and other news. If not, then it's all good. I'll just cry myself to sleep. Also join the Discord if you're ever trying to link up with new people. The invite link will be in the description. Finally, as always guys, peace out, take care, and until next time, have a good one.